Hey everyone, this is Transformers Earthrise War for Cybertron Megatron review. And here we have it, Megatron in all of his glory. Yep. And as you can see, it's very similar to the Siege version of himself, and you know, a lot of the things are similar. However, there are some differences. It's basically a remold of that. You can see that they have done the weathering or battle damage type effects here. If you take a look here, you can see them here on the front, and then you can see it on the side, along with a D16, which refers to his Japanese original number that he had in the line, in the G1 line. So that's what that is. Kind of a nice little reference. It's on both sides, and you can take a look up here. Yeah, these things don't really lock in. They are his ankles, and there it goes from the rear. And you can see this here, and this is supposed to be like, and I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, but this is supposed to be a black, but it's actually like a dark brown. So is this. It's real dark brown. Same thing here. And this does rotate. Rotates like this. So it's kind of nice. Oops. Yeah, it looks like this little guy here is... there we go. Now it's going to rotate properly. There we go. So, hey, it looks pretty cool, actually. Nice Decepticon symbol on the side. For a little bit of comparison, here he is with the. This is the War for Cybertron. This is the shell shaded one for the, I believe it's a 35th anniversary version of the mold. So same thing, but you can kind of see what it looks like here from the front, from the side. So there you have that. So pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. All right. Well, yeah, this is that's going ahead and get to transforming them. And first of all, the first thing you want to do is pull out this entire section here. So if you can, there we go. See there, and that's his. It's like a sword kind of a thing, and there's a little peg right here. And you can see that that peg is, yeah. So there's that. I'm going to set this aside. There is another part that you should take off, and it's this right here. And you can just kind of, it's got two pegs here. You just unpeg those. And I tell you there's a peg hole right here, and you'll see there's a post right there. And the directions tell you, well, actually, when you get the figure in the package, this is how you get it. And yeah, so I'll go ahead and set that aside. And the rest of this is very, very familiar to the original Siege War for Cybertron transformation. So now, first thing I'm going to do is these two pieces here. You can kind of see it looks very similar. The Megatron chest plate and the head, yeah, is kind of visible. So the first thing I'm going to do is these two pieces of the treads, by the way, they do have these wheels here, just kind of separate them out. There we go. And we'll do the same thing on this side. There we go. And then you want to untab this. And I just kind of untabbed it from this side. There we go. And you can separate this, split these arms apart from what the turret was. All right. Now, the leg mechanism here, just flip that out. Rotate this so it comes down. Then rotate it back out. And do that. Close that up like this. You can take this, pull out his heel, and there's the first leg. Second one, do exactly the same thing. Rotate this out. Let's see. It's pretty much just like the other ones. Straighten it out. Straighten this. Close this up. Open up the heel. And put it there. And going ahead and rotate this. And there you have that. So the second part, we want to take this and just kind of untab these here. You can see that there's a tab that goes in there. I don't know if that's very visible. Go ahead and stretch this out. Alright, and then let's see here. Fold these up like this on this back plate. So just right here to here. Bend those. They'll kind of snap into place. Take these arms. Put them there. This here will also snap there. And then you have this. And there is a little latch right here, if you see it. And it'll latch right, it'll catch right underneath there and snap into place. Okay, then you can pull this up, pull his head up. Hold on a second. Well, let's see here. Let's make sure this is straight first of all. Yeah, let's see. And yeah, a little difficult to pull it up, but this is supposed to pull all the way out. There we go. Just a little bit difficult to do. So you want that to be kind of right there and flush. Alright, and now we can come back here, lock that piece in, and then come over here. This tabs into here, but it'll kind of just snap into place. There's that. And then flip out his fists. Here. There's that. Rotate his cannon around. This also does come off, but yeah, so rotate the cannon around. Alright, and then, yeah, that pretty much does it right there. And there's Megatron in his robot mode. Looks pretty cool. And essentially they just smoothed out a lot of this here on the mold. If you take a look, it still has that. You can see all that like bow damage kind of you know, what's it, airbrushing. Really it's kind of just printed on, so the reds stick out a little bit more on this. Yeah, it's not too bad. That's what he looks like from the back, guys. And as for this thing, he doesn't have too many options, unfortunately. You can take this and you can put it right here and peg it in. Oops, now this, sometimes this thing falls out, but yeah, you can peg it in like this. And he can kind of hold it like that, but he can't hold it in his hand like a sword like he did on the original. There's just no way to do that. You could put it here, I suppose. Okay, sure, why not? So now he's got like a little bit of I guess it's a shield. It's like is it a shield? Kind of, I suppose. Alright, and then I mean there is this. I suppose you could hold it like this, but I don't know. That doesn't really, not really all that great. Now his head has a little bit more darker. If you look under his eyes here, it's a little bit darker than the original, the first mold that they had. And just to kind of show that off, here is, yeah, I'm using a different one because, frankly, don't really need to transform him twice, so I thought this would be just a bit faster. But, and no, this cannon isn't exactly the same mold. It is very similar looking, but you know, looks like that. And you can kind of see here the coloring of the head and the head sculpt, a little bit different between these two. So you have that there, and that there. And yeah, his waist does swivel, of course. And they smooth out some of the details in his crotch area there. And then, of course, this here belongs to Siege Megatron. And this little blade kind of is reminiscent of his G1 self. And this here, yeah, it's similar, but he can't hold it anywhere in his hands, so I suppose we can just mount it here. Oops, let's see, every time I do that, this thing wants to come off. It's not a very secure connection. So, alright. So there's kind of a comparison of the two. Now, yeah, this will fit in his hand there, but I'm not going to do that right now. Alright. And so, there you go. That's lore for Cybertron, Earthrise, Megatron.